Yep.
Like that?
Yep. Hello, dear listeners. It's that time again.
Oh no!
Time for another episode of Hey, I've Got an Idea show. That's my brother, Mason, Slam Another Corn Dog Williams.
And that's my brother, Jared Body Glove Williams.
Where did the body glove part, come from?
I truly do not know.
Because you said Jared and body glove before in a different episode. Together as...
It's consistent that I say that, yes.
Okay. Well, I guess that's me. I'm Jared now.
What happened to Luke?
Don't worry about him.
Okay.
He died.
Hi, Jared.
He died after Con Bravo. Con Bravo was too much, and he's gone on
Luke
vacation.
went to Con Bravo, and he exploded a little bit. That's unfortunate.
I think one of my favorite things about being in a post-Con Bravo state right now is that because in the couple of weeks leading up to it, we were, getting all our stuff assembled. I Googled ribbons for to stick to your badge that say different things like panelist or musician or whatever.
Okay.
And now Skype, while we're talking, is giving me ads being like, "You down for another 500? How about Judge? Huh?
That is some impressive targeted advertising. I never get targeted advertising on Skype. On Skype, I get farm equipment and Harry's razors and 4 different clickbaits that pretend they're news articles and woman doctors hate her wrinkles. Will they ever catch her?
She's on the lam. That wrinkle-proof lady is just... You'll never catch her. She's too slippery.
Too many apples.
Yeah. So, hey, what do we do?
Wait, is that the one weird tip? Do apples get rid of wrinkles?
It's just apples. It's actually, this whole time, it's been just apples.
I'm glad we've discovered this.
Cider and sauce. Oh, shit.
Yep, the more apples, the better.
Shit,
Wait,
if that's really good branding. If I was an apple orchard owner, I would sell cider and sauce and call it that.
And then people are going to show up to your orchard can I get a pie? And you're like, no.
I looked at them coldly and say, who the fuck do you think you are?
I want some apple butter.
So that's not what we do on this podcast, is threaten people who want pies. What do we do on this podcast?
We lie to each other.
We do.
And we invent things.
I mean, the two kind of go hand in hand. Wait, hold on a second. We lied? That just all came together for me. What have you been lying to me?
No. When you invent something, you are describing something that does not yet exist. All creativity is a form of lying.
I guess that's true. We're just talking about things that aren't until
that will be when we create.
Exactly.
Them.
They become things.
Yes.
And dear listener, before your very ears, things will go into your ears.
And then they will go in a bowl and you will pour milk on them because you know what today's theme is.
Ooh. Is it cereal?
That's right, lottery tickets.
Oh, wow. I mean, cereal made more sense. I couldn't think of anything else you would pour milk on in a bowl.
No, you were like, I got to think of a funny thing to say there that isn't breakfast cereal, but you were, lottery. No, it's breakfast cereal.
Okay, breakfast cereal.
Unless you want to eat lottery tickets. We could put lottery tickets in the cereal as the prize.
Specifically do not want to do that. So, breakfast cereal, huh?
Breakfast cereal.
Where do we begin?
Okay, well, breakfast cereal, there's a lot of cereals out there.
That's true.
And the problem with those cereals is they're not breakfast cereals, because if I wanted to, there's Fruit Loops that I have on top of my fridge right now.
Right.
I could go and eat them right now, but it's not breakfast.
Oh, it's garbage.
Well, that's dinner cereal.
Yeah, that's dinner cereal.
We want breakfast cereal. We want a cereal that can only be eaten for breakfast.
As a breakfast cereal, it is... Wow. I mean, I don't know how to make something specifically for one meal.
Well, now here's the other issue. How do we define breakfast? Is breakfast the meal you eat in the morning, or is it the meal that you eat that breaks your fast? Like, if I haven't eaten until, 5 in the afternoon, and then I eat something, is that breakfast?
Well, I don't know the etymology of breakfast in regards to...
What do you mean you don't know the etymology? Break fast. It's right in there.
I get that part, but in its original English, roots as an English word... I don't, or wherever its origins are from, I do not know if it was referring to the fast of while you were unconscious during the night, or if it was more loosely based in, what you're talking about, maybe you just fasted through the day.
Okay, let's say I don't sleep at night. I don't sleep. I'm one of those people who doesn't sleep. How long would I have to wait before I am fasting and can break my fast?
Ooh, I mean, that's a tricky one, right? Because, I always feel that any time that you stayed up the night and you see the sunrise, that you're pretty much just talking about, well, I'm just gonna fucking fly by the seat of my pants now, huh?
Yeah, because you're in the next day. It's just I guess I'm not sleeping.
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like if you made it to sunrise, whatever you're doing at that point is, gonna be off the norm anyway. So breakfast, sure, we could eat breakfast even though this is a couple hours after my dinner or whatever. Or
I had fourth meal, I had a midnight snack, and it's morning now, the sun's coming up, and I mean shit, I last ate 2 hours ago, but fuck it, those 2 hours are a fast. I'm gonna break my fast. Fruit Loops.
Or better yet, just carbo load and then go right to bed. Just like the joggers,
or that.
The joggers don't do. Just have 8 pieces of toast and 2 bowls of cereal and go to bed and get your digestive system to just be what the fuck are you, why are you doing? You are cruel.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much me every day.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. There have been times that I didn't pig out, but I've had I've been too hungry to sleep, and then I have a little bit of something, and then I'm out. And it's apparently that you're not supposed to eat after 8 p.m. or whatever. At least that's how the common wisdom goes.
If I didn't eat after 8 p.m., I would not eat. I just got back. Gonna take you folks behind the curtain here.
Ooh. It's kind of
I'm controlling the Wizard of Oz.
Dusty back here.
Yeah. I'm recording this after a full shift of work at the call center where I work and where I don't eat. And I just got off my shift at 9 p.m. I walked home. I didn't get home till 10. And then I had to cook dinner. And then I didn't eat until right before we're recording this now at 11 p.m. So if I didn't eat after 8 p.m., I would not eat.
Yeah. That's okay. So this is you're talking about being potentially stricter with the breakfast concept, and you're also not doing a good job of defending that being a good idea.
Okay, well, I mean, I just think that okay. We all know that hunger is the best spice, right? If you're hungry, food tastes better.
Yes.
So we want our breakfast cereal to be the best breakfast cereal. So we want you to only eat it when you are truly hungry. So it's not a time lock. We don't have a time lock on the box. We have a metabolic lock. It checks you and it says, this motherfucker hasn't eaten anything in 24 hours. Now you may proceed. And then it unlocks and you can have the cereal safe in the knowledge that you will enjoy it.
Well, in as much as I appreciate the tech that would go into making that happen,
it's very high tech.
It's also a cereal box, and people aren't going to pay more than a couple bucks for it. So
I'm going for the luxury market, baby.
Now here's the thing: if you want to buy luxury breakfast cereal and have it in a certain place, that's one thing. But there's also such a thing as a luxury cereal that you just don't have access to because there's either a perceived scarcity or perhaps a specific access time.
Or like it's an artisanal thing. That's why food trucks are so popular. It's not because food is better when you eat it out of a truck. It's because it's harder to get to.
It's like, oh, the truck's not there. What the hell? I really needed my like fresh off the griddle waffle with,
like, I really wanted my kimchi smoothie. Yeah. So it's like, fuck. I wanted the kimchi smoothie, it's not there. And then you go again the next day, oh, I wanted my kimchi smoothie, it's not there. You go there for like a couple of days, and then you finally get it. And it doesn't matter that it's fucking cabbage in a mug. You want it now because you didn't get it.
Oh man, Joe got the kimchi smoothie last time. He said it was terrible. I bet it isn't terrible. And there's only one day that I get to try to find out. Yeah.
Okay, so here's my concept, and I'm gonna go the highest end you can possibly go.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you ready? Okay, 3D printer. And it's in your house, so you don't have to go out to a food truck. You're good.
Okay.
You load it up with like various chemical compounds, and flour, sugar, whatever.
Right.
And you come in the morning, and you're like, oh boy. I hope I'm hungry enough to merit cereal. You pop your arm in there, metabolic sensor reads your blood sugar, and it's like, this motherfucker's pretty hungry. And then it goes from there to the RNG, and like, even if you're hungry enough to merit the cereal, it still only gets like a 1 in 3 chance that you'll get the cereal. But if it kicks in, oh, holy shit, it's going. And then the machine starts printing out puffs. And it goes super fast because they're super light. Like, you know how 3D printed stuff is very often like filled with honeycomb and it's mostly empty space? That is like that. You get it, it's fresh, it's still hot. It comes out into the bowl. You pour the milk on it, you eat it immediately, and it is guaranteed the best cereal you've ever had because A, it confirms that you're hungry, and B, it's randomly scarce, so you only get it 1 out of every 3 times that you need it. The other 2 times, I guess you just like, oh fuck, I don't get cereal, and then you go out like a box.
Okay, a couple other things with that though.
Okay.
One, you said honeycomb printing.
Yeah.
Honeycomb is already a cereal though.
No, like internally, motherfucker.
I made a joke for our comedy podcast. So
yeah, no, it's a bad joke.
But it's a honeycomb.
Actual honeycomb, you can just eat that instead. Just like have bees in your house.
Quick side note: did you see the thing where like it's like pre-made hive that the honey just drips out of, and it's like you don't gotta make the hive bees? We got you. You seen that shit? It's really cool. Anyway, that's just a bee tech thing, apiary like tech.
How do you get the wax? Like they're constantly making wax too, right? Like they make wax at the same time they're making honey.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with what they do with the wax. I think maybe it just all goes into the honey that filters out, and they like filter it or something. But
you gotta get the wax to make candles and shit.
But then they get more wax for making candles. I don't know. Point being, I think it's just like PVC or rubber or something.
Okay.
But if you make the honeycomb for the bees are like, oh shit, we'll just move in here then.
You ever hear about that maraschino cherry thing that the bees did that one time?
What? No.
Okay. So here's the thing about bees. They're actually not that smart.
Okay.
And they drink nectar out of flowers because that's what they're, evolved to do, and that's where, sweet nectar is.
Right.
But if you just have like sweet fruity liquid around, they will just go for that instead. So there was this case where like this factory that made maraschino cherries had like the syrup, and I guess it was available to the outside air. And there was bees nearby that got into it, and the bees proceeded to make honey out of maraschino cherry syrup.
So, did it go like red?
Yeah, it was red honey.
Oh, sweet.
It was technically very sweet. Yes, it was sweet in that sugar was in the thing. Here's the thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good.
No?
Like, apparently it tasted super, very much like chemicals.
I'm guessing it like did something to the bees too.
Yeah, no, I'm betting those bees were not having a good time. I don't know. Like, I don't have the full details on the bee psychology and the bee physiology. All I know is that maraschino honey existed briefly, and then it was made to not exist because it was bad.
Also, dear listeners, if this is your first episode, the nature of our tangential conversation, if that's either for you or not for you, you've probably already figured that out. But yeah, we're in bee psychology for our breakfast cereal so far.
Can we make bees vomit cereal?
Love how you tie it back in. So, I mean, they make the honey, and honey is a featured thing in cereal pretty often.
So they drink the nectar, they condense it in their body, they vomit it back out. It's honey. So all you need to do is get less condensed cereal, force feed it to the bees then vomit it back up. It's condensed cereal. You get like twice the nutrition in each delicious bee vomit pellet.
I mean, does it make more sense to get the bees to do that over like a factory?
Well, can we create a giant synthetic bee?
We can. In our like little conversational playground that we have to work with here, but I want to talk about something other than giant synthetic bee for a little bit. Let's like get back on the cereal train for a minute.
Okay, cereal train.
Okay. Let's talk again about the breakfast window and how loyal we want to be to that.
Okay, well, now we did specify breakfast cereal, not just cereal. So I think we do have to stick with breakfast. I don't know if there's like a time lock necessarily, if we need a technological solution, or if we could just make it like a legal or perhaps a religious restriction where like if you open this at 5 p.m., you're a bad person and you're going to hell.
Here's what I'm thinking. You were talking about artisanal and talking about it like being like food truck cereal or something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
No, yours was the like very tech heavy home machine invest in
basically
robotics
a food
for
truck
cereal.
in your house. Like on your counter next to your microwave, there is a tiny food truck, and like maybe it opens, maybe it doesn't, and there's like a little robotic man in there. It's like a cuckoo clock, and he opens it up at random times, and he's like, "Hey, I'm open. Let's have." Am I just gonna keep doing this voice? But hey, I'm open. I got some cereal for you. Is there anybody in the kitchen? But like you were away because you went to like Tijuana, and it's like, oh, I guess no one's here. And he closes up again, and then you come back from
he
Tijuana.
Just blows up the robot.
No, closes up, but blows up is good too. Like if it can explode and destroy your house.
That was your one chance. Okay. Like, I had the ingredients in here. I was all ready to make the breakfast cereal, and no one's here. I guess we're done. And, like maybe there's, like, a 45-minute window, and you're, like, running back to the kitchen. No, I'm here. I want a bowl. And it's like, no one's here. And he closes up again. Like, damn it, my tiny food truck. Why are you so inconvenient? Why is my food locked inside of you, and yet I crave it so much?
If you just had the one and done, though, like there was just one sweet window that you could have experienced it, and you missed it.
You have to throw it out and buy another one.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it blows up, it's also a massive hazard, too. You're really taking on a lot of risk for this, like, great cereal.
But now, like, here's the question. If it blows up, can I pick the cereal out of the debris? Because if so, that defeats the point. The cereal would have to be utterly destroyed and inedible.
I cannot believe you would even suggest that. That is so wrong. I mean, let alone the fact that there's a little man in here that needs to essentially suicide bomb mission. But no.
There's a suicide bomber in every box.
Oh, that's not a great toy. So let's here's another idea I had. Okay. At Con Bravo.
Yes.
Some of us, staff members specifically, had access to the club lounge of the hotel.
Oh, was this like a club lounge where, like, instead of drinks, they had, like, cereal?
Actually, yes.
Yeah.
Because with the club access, you're able to scan your room card, and get into a space where they serve breakfast for a couple of hours. And then later they served hors d'oeuvres into the evening, and it's been 6 years and I still haven't tasted any of those hors d'oeuvres because I'm too busy running a con. But I bet they're good. Anyway, it's maybe like a 4, maybe 5 hour window, something like starts at 6:30 and goes till 10:30 or something like that. Anyway, that's your chance for breakfast. It's free and it's there and it's amazing, but it's legitimately just like this couple of hours. I'm thinking if it was a breakfast cereal experience and not necessarily the home version, just stick with me for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like a half-hour window. It's like you show up with what you record, with what's required, and the chef will have the best damn bowl of cereal you can imagine. Or you can miss it, and everybody else will be talking about it. Like this super crazy scarcity window where it's just like 10 people like a day get the best cereal.
Here's the location. Club Bowl, but it's spelled like BOL. And you got like a bouncer, and he sees whether or not you're cool enough, and he lets in like 10 people, and then you get the cereal that is made that day. It's hot, it's fresh. They pour the milk on it for you. They pick out the milk, and you can say, "Oh, but wait, I'm a vegan. I wanted almond milk," and they're like, "Tough luck, scrub." And then you get like your bowl, and then you're done. And just it's like a common experience that you have with 9 other people. And it's like, oh man, I will treasure this experience. Man, I hope I can someday come back here and get in again.
Well, I think I got it. Remember that whole issue of like, oh, is it breakfast or is it like, you know, you stayed up the night and the sunrise and then like, oh, maybe I'll have cereal that's super late.
Yeah.
Cater to both crowds, make it 6 a.m.
All right.
So
you got 6 a.m. to 6:15. This is when Club Bowl is open.
Yeah. And like you got a couple of people that are really just invested in what I gotta be there at 6 a.m. Well, I guess it's a thing. I gotta go. And you got a couple of other like lucky drunks that haven't gone to bed yet that are just craving some food.
And you got like one guy who's out for his morning jog, and he's like, "Oh, Club Bowl. I wonder what this is all about. Breakfast cereal? Don't mind if I do." And the bouncer happens to be like, "Hey, you jogging with the abs. You want some cereal?" And meanwhile, like, there's like a schlub who's been waiting in line for 2 hours. Oh, come on! That guy's just jogging. He doesn't even want the. You're like.
Wait a second. Are you suggesting that the bouncer just like picks people from a crowd?
If they're cool enough, yeah. Like, they don't have a list. The guy's just like, you look like Club Bowl material. You're cool enough to have this cereal today.
This is really strange. Like, this would either totally work or totally wouldn't. But would probably work. Like, what if you just had a paywall to it, too, and that justified it continuing to exist? Like, what if it was a $50 bowl of cereal?
Oh, yeah. No, it's super expensive. Absolutely. But, like, this is an experience, like, they hit you up on social media afterwards. Like, they take your pictures of you having the cereal, and you get to record, like Instagram videos and Vines and shit. And, like, when they're done, they post the thing on their thing, and they blow up your social media. And, like, you're like, oh, I just had a delicious bowl of pecan crunch. But by the time you get home, you've got, like, 1 million followers on Twitter because people are like, oh, man, that guy had this cereal. He's so cool. There he is having the cereal with Beyonce. And you're like, that was Beyonce? I just thought it was, like, some random woman who was having cereal with me. That's cool. I didn't know, like, she said she was in the music business, but I assumed, like, she was a producer or something.
I just thought it was a coincidence that she looked a whole lot like Beyonce. It's like, it couldn't be her.
Yeah, and we were just enjoying pecan crunch together, but now I have 1 million, followers on Twitter, so I guess this is cool.
And each of them are saying like, so was it true? Like, was it everything that you dreamed? And I think at this point, kind of doesn't have to be. Like, this concept that we're talking about, the cereal could kind of be mediocre at that point.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just what I'm saying, is hunger is the best spice. Like, the bouncer is not only checking to see if you're cool enough, he checks to see if you're hungry enough, if you want it. He can see it in your eyes that you want it bad enough.
Okay, so we've got a conceptual structure to work with here. Mm-hmm. But I'm pretty interested in, like, our job for this week is to invent the best breakfast cereal. And we've got the setting.
We've invented the weirdest nightclub. We have nothing in the bowl yet.
Yes, the bowl is like, you've mentioned pecan crunch. You've mentioned 3D printing of, like, wheat spheres. But, like, what do we want? Like, it could be anything. Do we go with multiple flavors? Do we do our own branding for this shit? Or do we just call it, like, Fruit Loops but better or something. Like,
okay, well now here's the
Fruit
thing.
Loops best.
Here's the thing. There's some foods that can go in breakfast cereal and some that can't. Like, you can have, like, a range of nuts that will go in breakfast cereal. Like, walnuts can go in breakfast cereal. Pecans, breakfast cereal, absolutely. Peanuts, borderline only in some kinds of granola. Pistachio? Fuck you. You don't get pistachios in breakfast cereal. You find me a pistachio breakfast cereal.
No, it's not as around, is it? And you know what? I got a point in this direction. You're right. Like, when people talk about breakfast cereal, they're talking about some very specific kinds of things that, like, they will accept in that, right? Like, you might get something that's like, oh, we got some dried peaches in this cereal that will get rehydrated when you add the milk.
Yeah, I fuck with dried peaches.
You know, strawberries, that's people will accept strawberries as cereal. Yeah. Okay, yeah, cool. Where's the plums at?
No plums.
Where's our nectarines?
No nectarines, never. No. It's sort of similar to pizza in that way. Like pizza toppings, there's 1,000 different things you can put on a pizza, right? I've seen potato on pizza. I've seen corn and mayonnaise on pizza. But there's some foods where you mention, like, this is a pizza topping, and people are just like, no. No, dude.
Why would you say that? Yeah, no, like that's tragic because, like, yeah, it could be anything, but like most places, just a couple dozen things. That's it.
Yeah,
it's like where's the imagination?
Sure.
What if I want peanut butter on my pizza? You don't got peanut butter back there? Of course you do.
Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. I have had cold pizza and, like, spread peanut butter between two slices and eaten that as a sandwich.
Oh, dude, like it is just like circumstantial that I haven't done that as well. Like, I would absolutely fucking do that.
Okay, like, can we like agree that, like, blueberries, for example, you will never in your life see blueberries on a pizza, but, like, I would do, like, a blueberry and maybe, like, a fish, blueberry salmon.
Whoa.
You're tasting it. You're tasting it in your head right now.
No. I'm just thinking we're going, like, dangerously far from what's supposed to be in that goddamn bowl. It's not salmon and
no salmon in the cereal.
Not salmon blueberry pizza. No salmon blueberry pizza in that bowl.
Okay. Question though: breakfast cereal. Are we ruling out all meat?
Meat?
Like, can you have, like, bacon bits in a cereal?
Oh shit. Yo, you named the one thing that is kind of like...
I know I did it. And here's the thing, is if we're including bacon bits, I would get some beef jerky, run that through a shredder. I got, like, beef jerky bits.
All right, now hold up. I'm not saying I wouldn't try it, but let's try and work that bacon bit angle for another minute here. Because
bacon bits.
There's an obvious tie-in here. Maple.
Oh, you know it.
Yeah. So, do we still go the crunch angle? Or do we want to try for other textural elements here? Because, like, I mean, we're assuming you're going to pour some milk on here.
Yeah. The milk or milk-like substances. So, like, rice milk, almond milk, cashew milk, fucking peanut milk, any of the milks. And the milk can be, again, if we're going with real milk, from any mammal. Like cow milk, goat milk, sheep milk, pig milk, whale milk, whatever animal you can milk. Not a cobra. You can milk a cobra. Don't put cobra venom on your cereal. That's bad.
You can milk a whale?
You can milk a whale.
I've had whale meat, and I haven't had whale milk.
Okay, like, you cannot milk a whale and have it be commercially viable. But this is true. This is a real fact. Whale milk is the fattiest of all mammal milks.
Cool. Is it,
which
like,
makes
buttery?
sense because they have to grow the most, right?
Yeah. Okay. We got bacon bits and maple flavor in this bowl. We're gonna do some flakes. What you thinking?
Fuck flakes.
Whoa. Controversial.
No, you heard me. I'm sticking with it. Fuck flakes. You know who invented the flake? W.K. Kellogg, and he was against masturbation, so he is my enemy.
That guy. Yeah, that guy was not great. Just did the one good thing and then mostly nah.
I have no idea if that piece of trivia is correct, but yes. Okay, moving on. Fuck flakes.
Wait. Are you sure it wasn't like one of the Quaker guys? Because they were,
No, Quakers are tight, man. I got no problem with Quakers.
No, I think you're right about the Kellogg dude, though. Like,
yeah, no, the Kellogg dude is fucking Road to Wellville. He, like, weird-ass, no-fap cultist shit. Like, fuck that asshole. Yeah. No. I'm going to go back to the 3D print. It's the 21st century, man. Mm-hmm. Let's 3D print our food. Let's 3D print, like, spheres, right? But it's all got, like, the striated, like, honeycombish structure on the inside. So that way you get the sphere. The outside, it's soaking in the milk. It's getting that slightly softness, like, not quite to the point where it's mush yet, but it's not so much that it's, like, going to Captain Crunch and shred your mouth. But then you bite into it, and the inside's still crunchy, dog.
I mean, I suppose. I mostly am worried about, like, there's got to be something like that we've experienced. Like, there's got to be some puffs that are just really, really puffed. And I feel like they sog before they stay crunchy.
Here's the thing. Like, you're imagining, like, conventional cereals that are made of, like, a material. If you're going 3D printing, you can do layered shit. Okay? So, like, the interior of each puff can be like puffed corn kind of texture, but then you got the rice around the outside that's tougher and resists milk for slightly longer.
Huh. So you're thinking about like a two-tone process. You got
at least
and
we can
rice.
go multi-grain. We can go as many grains as you got. You want some quinoa in that shit? Boom.
Well, what's the starch that makes the most sense against the bacon maple?
Okay, so let's list our starches.
Yeah.
We got rice.
Yeah.
We got corn.
Yeah.
We got, like, quinoa.
Potato.
We do have potato. You are correct. We do potato cereal. Oh, shit.
Whoa.
I love potato cereal.
Whoa. Hold up now. Okay, so we got the maple. That's already providing a little bit of sweetness. I'm just going to throw this one out there. I was super excited to see this in a bulk barn recently. Just the kind of thing you could scoop out of a big bin of powder. There was, like, maple flakes. Like, I thought maple was sort of stuck in a syrup sort of form or a sugar form, and I was pissed off about that because I wanted to work with I wanted to fuck with some kind of maple salt. And, like, work it into some meat or something. And I was like, oh, man, how am I going to do a maple salt? Now I realize these maple flakes are out there. I just blend that 50-50 with some kosher, and I'm good. Rub that on some pork.
Yeah, I can see it. Okay. Now,
which is not so kosher.
Wait. My dude.
Yes.
Okay. We've established that bees, I'm bringing it back to bees.
Yep.
Bees will take an existing liquid and purify it and make it, sweeter and more concentrated. And they do that with maraschino cherry syrup. What if to make maple syrup, instead of just boiling it down like our ancestors, we get the maple sap and we have that out in troughs and we let the bees do it. And you have maple, like concentrated maple honey.
I mean, this is a long game we're playing. We're like 2 years out from making this a reality, even if we started today.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
Is that a thing that you can do? Would we have to make like little fake flowers, but then fill them with little tiny... Each one has a drop of maple sap in it.
Is the maple sap, like, sweet enough on its own that the bees would go for it? And also, I thought that there was like a massive climate difference here that's like ideal maple syrup harvesting time is like wintry, and then like bees are obviously all dead at that time, so like you gotta travel with it or something, right?
We're gonna have to fuck with this shit. Oh my god.
Yeah. We gotta science this shit to make it happen.
Okay,
this
is
a science byproduct 100%.
So we've got huge manufactured forest of maple trees. It's spring, that kicks in, we tap all of them, that all goes down to pipelines, runs into a greenhouse that's been keeping it warm. The bees think they're in Florida. They're dumb bees. They don't know shit. All the sap goes up to individual little fake plastic flowers. The sap goes in where the nectar would be. The bees come along. They go, oh, this is a flower. I'm going to rub my ass on it. Oh, I'm going to have this little drop of sweet liquid. bring it back to the hive, concentrate it in my guts, puke it back up. Now you've got maple honey. We come along, we turn the crank on the back of the plastic hive, get the maple honey, we bring it to Club Bowl, and that's one of our ingredients.
I mean, as like an artisanal offering, I'm with you. I see it. Also wondering if the end result is just going to taste like someone, mixed 2 parts maple, 1 part honey.
It's entirely possible that will taste.
And it's like
yes.
you can't taste the difference between this maple honey mix that like took Joe in the kitchen like 30 seconds to mix together versus this like 3-year passion project.
It's not about taste, my dude, though. Like, that's the same reason people eat like civet shit coffee. Like, it's about the procedure.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, you can't taste the difference with that shit. I'm sorry. You are not going to be able to taste it. I don't care what they say. Fuck Colombians, but they're civet shit.
So...
I wonder if they do that with the cocaine.
Yeah, I hope they don't.
Civet shit cocaine. It's the best cocaine. Okay, never mind. Moving on. So we got our bacon. We got our maple, maybe honey.
Oh, wait. Oh, I remember the thing. Potato starch.
Potato starch, yes.
So people like let's take the whole breakfast concept and try and get it all into that bowl that you pour milk on. All right. So people will like their hash browns and stuff. But that's obviously a very savory flavor. They tend to do like eggs. That's obviously a very savory flavor. With breakfast cereal, you got like a sweet component going, which works with the meat, with the bacon bits.
Yeah. And you got sweet savory as like maybe like a salted caramel sort of idea. Like you can that chocolate and that peanut butter, they go together, my friend.
Right. But I'm worried that we're hitting this sort of plateau with it that like the bacon bits and the maple, that's just like as good as we can do for now. And then you have to have like the savory stuff separate. Like some people will take a hungry breakfast plate, pour syrup over the whole goddamn thing, just squirt ketchup all over the goddamn thing, and then like, all right, it's a beautiful palette of horrible breakfast flavors all at once. Let's do it. And I get that, but I don't know if you can sell the average person on that homogeneous bowl monstrosity.
No. That's why you got your puffs. That's why you got maybe some flakes. That's why you got maybe some rods in there, some Spider-Man heads. I don't know. But, like, let's be clear here. The maple and the bacon, that shit is, like, accent. That is side note. Like, the main thing is the cereal that is cereal. Thank you very much. Like, I'm not proposing that you eat a bowl of bacon bits.
No, you're right. This is like 10% bacon bits.
Right.
Okay. So we got the 10% bacon bits. The maple. Do you want to do like the maple flakes? Like, I like the idea of the maple flakes literally being like the maple sugar almost, like fully sweet, but in its right proportion for the bowl. Okay.
I'm into it. Now here's the problem. You hit that shit with the milk. Is it just gonna dissolve immediately?
Well, then you got maple milk sweetening everything up. That's all right.
All right.
I mean, like when you got the extra sweet stuff on the outside of the corn pops, and then your corn pops start tasting more and more like corn, like puffed corn, but the milk the milk gets sweeter and sweeter. That's an all right arrangement. That's fair game. That's like, we can do that.
I fuck with that.
Yeah, that's cool. But like, what else do we want? Like,
okay, so I'm liking the potato starch, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Potatoes, as we all know, very nutritious. This is a true thing. Like, somebody looked it up. You can, like, if you just eat potatoes and milk, that's like all the nutrients you need. Okay, so potato starch, but we want to get some other grains in there. So I'm thinking like flax. I'm thinking
potato, flax.
Oh, okay. Like for flax, you don't want to grind it up too fine because the whole point of flax is it's like roughage. Like you need that in your intestines. So you have the flax in the center of the puff, the potato starch around the outside.
Okay. All right, I'm with you.
Okay, and like so here's how you do it. Okay, here's the 3D printing. Here's how we produce this. We have like a single flax seed, whole flax seed in the center. Then you start with like rice starches, and you build like striations out from that, so it looks like a little spiky ball. And then around the outside of that, like you have vacuum on the inside, so like that'll crunch down nice and satisfying between the molars. And then around the outside, the sphere, that's the potato starch, and then you can like print around the outside of that sphere and like make each one like maybe have a little happy face on it.
That would be pretty fun. I mean, if you're already gonna be there doing the printing, you might as well make them all make a happy cereal.
Sure.
Wait. I think I got the tie-in I was looking for my next point.
Oh yeah.
There's one thing that's relatively integral to the breakfast cereal concept. Do you know what it is?
What is that? I don't know what it is.
What have we not talked about? From when you think breakfast cereal, what do you think?
Mascot.
Bingo!
Hell yes.
Okay, so we need a mascot that works ironically for the Club Bowl concept too.
Okay, now here's my thing with cereal mascots, because I have a whole thing about breakfast cereal mascots. You ready?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. Name as many cereal mascots as you can think of. Go.
Okay, there's the Sugar Crisp Honey Bear guy. There's the Bee. There's Snap Crackle Pop, Tony the Tiger, the Doggone Cookie Crisp Cookie Burglar guy, Toucan Sam.
Okay.
How's that?
You got 8. I'm counting Snap, Crackle, and Pop each as a guy. Okay. So you got 8 guys. Okay.
Yep.
Even Buzz Honeybee, in all the marketing, he's a guy, right? All those 8 guys were guys. There is no significant female cereal mascot. What is it about breakfast cereal that is coded male?
Now, here's the other part that is kind of problematic with what we're designing already, is that I'm with you for the let's get a lady up on this box. But the Club Bowl concept was sort of like we were going a sexy angle. I don't want our main flagship cereal lady to be like sexualized, because that was the next thing I was gonna say is like, oh, how do we make it sexy? But like now that's awkward.
Granted,
the one cereal lady can't be like boobs.
Well, okay, she doesn't have, maybe this cereal lady, she's like, okay, there are plenty of cereal mascots that are not themselves delicious, right? They just want the cereal really bad. So, like, we already had the bouncer guy, and he's like, hey, bring in that dude, he's got abs, he's sexy, he'll be a good thing for the cereal. So our cereal mascot lady, she could just be a lecherous, like, oh, I want to look at cute boys eat my cereal. Oh. So she doesn't have to be a sex object. She can be a sex subject, and you, the consumer, are the object.
Oh, that's kind of good. I also sort of like that this is... I mean, I was thinking maybe we go a route that's so classic that it's not really as offensive anymore. Like if we went to like Betty Boop or something.
I was exactly thinking Betty Boop.
But then now here's the thing.
I could see Betty Boop headlining a cereal.
But do we want... Okay, so like if we were to do a Betty Boop bacon...
Betty Boop bacon cereal in a bowl.
I'm sorry. It finally all caught up to me how ridiculous this fucking show is. Okay, no. If we did a Betty Boop cereal...
Yes. I'm sure we can get the licensing. That's not going to be hard.
Not even tricky. If we did a Betty Boop cereal, does her brand work with the whole like, you're gonna eat my cereal, aren't you? Like that sex, like she's sexy in a classical kind of way, right? Like I like the new the new sexy spin of like objectify of a new form of objectification for the consumer. Like I'm into that. Like,
okay,
I want to eat this cereal that makes me feel dirty. Sure.
Well, I mean, this is a cereal that, like, the commercial for it, like, assuming that we're having a commercial, it's not like, oh, kids are running and getting the cereal and, now Trix Rabbit, you can't have it. No, this is more like the opposite. Like, the Trix Rabbit's like, oh, yes, eat the cereal. Oh, you like that cereal, don't you?
Well, like it's got to be something that would actually sell in a kinky sex appeal kind of way.
Okay, you know who's more classically sexy than Betty Boop?
Ooh, I do not know. Go ahead.
I'm gonna hit you with the name, and you're gonna slap yourself.
Is it Marilyn Monroe?
Yes. I can't believe you were thinking that, but that is exactly the right answer. Yes, Marilyn Monroe.
Okay. Yeah, no, I could see her selling the cereal.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna ask you to do something if you don't mind. Could you do me a favor? Pop open a Google tab there. Just open a tab, and I'm gonna have you like Google image search Marilyn Monroe tattoo gun and search
tattoo gun and image
and check those images.
Oh, you talk about this very
yeah.
When was that a thing? And why does it work so well?
Yeah.
Huh.
And if the Marilyn Monroe estate is okay with this, clearly they'd be okay with Club Bowl.
I kind of want to just stop the podcast and keep looking at these.
Yeah, save it up for later. WK Kellogg is telling you to keep it in your pants for another 15 minutes until we can sign off.
Weird. I mean, thank you. Weird, but thank you.
You're very welcome.
I want to. Okay, so she welcomes you into Club Bowl, points a gun at your head, and is like, "It's cereal time."
And you're like, "Well, I can't eat this. Like, I keep kosher." And he's like, "No. You're having these bacon maple striated, 3D printed cereal bits."
It's you're not hungry?
You have been judged worthy. Come.
What's amazing about this is like I love doing these episodes with you because you never know what you're gonna get. We gotta do the toy still.
Oh yeah, no, there's always a toy.
Oh, is it just like a vibrator?
No.
It's a butt plug? Here, sit on this and eat some cereal.
No, like we've established that this blows up your social media, right?
Right. So it can't be like an awkward sex thing as well. It's just got to be like sort of creeping on in there.
This is not sexual. It is sexy. Let's be clear. We're not running a fucking whorehouse here. You just go there and like you are sexually objectified, but you at no point get your dick out.
Yeah. It's that like awkwardly friendly server that's also kind of going for more tips, right?
Yeah.
Where
like think Hooters, but you're in the shorts.
Okay, so does this work well with the bouncer also keeping that in mind, or is it just
the bouncer is, like I said, bouncer is selecting you because you look A, hungry, and B, sufficiently attractive. And there's like the scrubs outside, and they're like, please, I just want the cereal. Let me in. I'm popular on Instagram. And he's like, no, bitch. Go home, shave off the soul patch, try again tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Nice try. Okay.
And then you come back like the next day and he's like, too bad you don't have that soul patch. Soul patches are in now. It's like, what?
Damn it. That took me 3 weeks to grow.
I'm such a manlet.
So I had a name that I wanted to throw by you that I think
okay.
I think will work kind of well.
Okay.
Still, I had this idea for a name from like minute 5, and then we kept going, and it still kind of works.
Oh Christ! Okay.
What do you think of Earn It?
Oh.
Like go to Club Bowl and try a bowl of Earn It's.
You very earnestly want the Earn It.
Yeah.
And it's like this isn't the cereal that powers you to go out and do your day. This is the cereal that you get, and you get to have a day.
Yeah, or because otherwise you will die. It has the antidote.
Well, like, I'm assuming, yes.
Okay. But yeah, like, you know how, like, Vector's sort of marketing has this sort of, like, push it, you work hard, so you deserve this bowl of cereal kind of thing. It's kind of like that, but without the fitness angle. It's more the like your status has allowed you to enter Club Bowl, and now sexy Gun Monroe is gonna be like, hey sugar, you ever tried maple sugar with bacon with some 3D printed flax puffs? Guess what? You earned it.
Yeah.
Here's some milk.
Okay, and then like you're like, oh, that was the best bowl of cereal I've ever had. I really was super hungry. I really wanted it. And now you're focused. You got to get your sexy right because you want to be let in again, maybe.
You probably enjoyed it enough to want to do it twice.
Yeah.
I mean, we still trying to do like $50 a head as well.
Oh, at least.
It's...
But like, here's the thing. Like, social media popularity equals money. Like, if you have like a couple of thousand people who like all of a sudden join you on like Twitter, Instagram, whatever, you immediately set up like Patreon or a GoFundMe or a Kickstarter or whatever. That's like, you got money. Like, you're good.
You're good.
Like, popularity equals money. It's the 21st century, man. Eyeballs equals cash.
Yeah. Now, here's another thing that another angle we could potentially spin. The people that look like they're secretly, there's like no cameras allowed in Club Bowl, right?
Yeah,
like,
no, they are the ones that have the cameras. They're the ones that blow you up on social media. You don't get to bring in your iPhone 6.
They're orchestrating that. You don't get to.
Yes.
So
they got pros. Like, that's why this is worth $50. It's not the food. It's the fact that you are being, flattered by professional photographers at every turn. They take 1 million photographs of you and they pick like the 10 best ones. They post that to the Instagram and you look the coolest you have ever looked in your life.
So here's what I'm thinking. What if we're talking about like Marilyn Monroe actually being sort of a sexy host for you here. What if another part of it is that there's a bit of a controversial element that you hear from word of mouth that's like, they got a Marilyn Monroe hologram in there that like actually sat me down and talked sexy to me. I don't know if her family would be comfortable with knowing that she's being brought back from the grave and being sexualized in this new marketing way. But it's like, oh, but that's just a rumor. I don't know if
that's just a rumor. Like, you don't know because you didn't bring in the camera. Like, that's verboten. You only get what they give you. And if they're using, like, public domain level okayness of Marilyn Monroe, then the estate can't do shit.
And I think that there's a sweet spot for, like, how far it goes. Like, you could keep this going. It's sort of like a pop-up shop style. Like, you could keep this going for, like, a couple of weeks.
Oh, it moves.
Then maybe a month.
Let's be clear. It's in New York for, like, maybe a week, and then they go there, and there's just, like, an empty, vacant lot. And there's like, what the fuck? It's in L.A. Yeah, now it's in Dubai.
Yeah, as soon as people catch wind of, like, what the fuck is happening, it's like, oh, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Maybe we should go again. Nope. Now it's, like, 5 time zones away.
Yep.
Mr. Chance.
Now it's in, like, Tokyo, in whatever that hot district is.
I'm sorry you missed your chance to have a nice big bowl of Ernits.
No.
But that's how it goes.
And if you want to come back, you got to make sure your city is one of the hottest cities. You got to make the joint popping.
Yeah, you got to earn it on, like, a citywide scale.
You got to have, like, Banksy-level graffiti everywhere. You got to have, like, the sexiest shit popping off. You got to do, like, rap music videos on every street all the time. And then maybe your city will be cool enough to have Earn It come back, Club Bowl come back. And then maybe if you're sexy enough to, like, get considered between 6 and 6:10 a.m. on a random Tuesday, then maybe you can have another bowl.
And then, quite frankly, you will have earned it. But then, also, if you get to earn it, you get to have the best cereal you ever tasted.
Yep.
Or at least, it's the best cereal you would have ever tasted, as far as you know.
Oh, yeah, no, they don't. They hint at the fact that maybe there's some better shit in the back room. And you're like, what do you mean back room? Like, there is no back room. It's like, oh, You don't think there's a back room?
You forgot to order off the secret menu. What menu? I sat at the table and you gave me a bowl.
like there wasn't a menu. There was a woman, blonde woman with a gun, and
I was very scared.
I was very scared, and I ate this maple bacon stuff with milk on it. I'm a vegan, but I ate it, and it was good. But I mean, now I don't know.
Well, I think we did it.
Did we?
Sure. Why not?
Okay.
So,
I'm glad that this happened.
So we invented a breakfast cereal, and it's the best one.
The best. By definition.
That's sort of what you get when you listen to some Hey, I've Got an Idea show. So we've got Twitter. We've got a Facebook. We've got an Instagram. We got a website, which you might be listening to this on right now, higaishow.com.
That website made on Squarespace. You can make your own website on Squarespace. Go to squarespace.com/higaishow show for a special offer.
Oh, you're just doing a pretty cut and dry spoof.
Well, I mean, they paid me money, so. Okay, right. And next week, tune in because we're going to make another thing.
Yeah. And that's my cue, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Because you came up with breakfast cereal. I'm going to come up with...
What you coming up with? Do it.
Oh.
Earn it.
Yes, no, I know.
Earn it.
Next week...
Earn it.
We will invent the next best children's show.
And the bouncer lets you in.
Oh, yeah.
Children's show. Yes, we're doing a children's show, ladies and gentlemen. A show on the TV for children that they can watch with their eyeballs and listen to with their ears, much like you have just listened to Hey, I've Got an Idea show, brought to you by Squarespace. And until next time, remember, thumbs up monorail eggplant.
That's right. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Yep.
Like that?
Yep.